What's up? I'm Andy from A Plea For Purging.
Okay, Andy, obviously anybody who follows you on a social network or social media of any kind would know that each band member loves to be hilarious and loves to be funny. Do you feel like people would look at you as immature? Obviously being a Christian, do you feel like people would look down on you in that?
I'm sure there's a little bit of immaturity in everything we do. We're 30 years old, most of us, and we still talk about poops and farts and stuff, but I think once you lose touch with the youth inside of you and let being adult take over and become jaded and not remember to be joyful in things, you've let the enemy win, or let culture win, I guess. But I mean, we wrote a song called Heart of a Child about that, about who we are, and no matter all the negative things we've experienced and all the things we've gone through in our lives, and the older we get, the more we can still look back and try to find the child inside of us and have a good time and dust off our shoulders that negativity and stuff like that, I guess, if that makes sense.
So do you feel like culture kind of pushes that at you? You know, you're a Christian, you have to be serious, you have to obviously be an adult, wear a suit and tie kind of thing.
I'm not sure if it's the fact that being a Christian you have to be serious or not. Just adulthood in general. We're told to, you know, you go to school for so many years, and then you go to college, and then right out of college you get a job, and you save, and you have a 401k plan, and there's just this mold as to what being a human is in today's modern society, and I don't buy into that. I mean, life is what you want to make it, and happiness is where you want to find it. And I mean, I graduated high school and started playing in punk rock bands and hardcore bands and metal bands, and I never went to school, and I'm 30. I don't own a home, I don't own a car. By society's standards, I'm probably a piece of crap, but I'm proud of what I've accomplished and who I am. So if not being serious and making a bunch of jokes about immature things is what makes me happy, then I don't know if that's such a bad thing, you know?
All right, so when it comes to, obviously your lyrics are gospel-centered, I guess would be the best way to say it. Do you feel like you have to preach on stage? Do you feel like it's good for some bands and not for others? What is your stance on that?
This could be like a hour-long conversation, probably. I'm not so sure what the term Christian band or Christian music or Christian music industry, those terms that get thrown around, I don't know what they mean anymore, and don't know if I ever knew what they meant, really. But like, I'm trying to pursue God. I'm trying to pursue life centered around Christ, and I'm still getting it wrong. I'm still figuring it out. Don't know if I ever will figure it out, but like, me being an artist and being a musician, that my passion and my inspiration is gonna come from like the most important and intense, serious parts of my life. So to chase after the Creator and to you know, search for the meaning of life, that's going to come out in your art. It's going to come out in the things that you sing about, and the things that you say, and it's going to come out in who you are in life. And so, no, I don't think there's a standard or a rule to what you're supposed to do as a band or what you're supposed to say on stage. I don't feel like there's a textbook of how to do this, just as anybody's walk is singular and alone, and on an individual basis, the same goes with how you want to minister or incorporate your life into your art.
Okay. When it comes to obviously your music videos, you have one that kind of addresses false teaching, I guess is the best way to put it. Do you feel like that's a huge problem? And the reason I ask, obviously this is supposed to be about Christianity in the music scene. Do you feel like Christian bands have any kind of effect on those things? Because obviously when you're in a spirit-filled band, you're ministering to the kids at the shows, but do you feel like you as a Christian vocalist in a metal band can combat false teachings while you're there?
I'm at a weird spot where I wrote that record like 2 years ago, and so you go through a lot in 2 years, your mindset changes and you learn some things, and that whole record, not just Shiver in particularly, was about false teachings and about the mass marketing of the name of God, and all that stuff still just as apparent and relevant now as it was 2 years ago when I wrote about it, but maybe I'm not as angry or as passionate about it as I was then. I definitely think it's there. I think that there is a industry built around the name of God, and if you look up the name industry in any dictionary, it's going to read something to the extent of making money, commerce, having a product and selling it. So if you add all that up together, it spices up to people are making a product off of God's name and making money off of God. So that's what's hard for us as a band and me as someone that's chasing after God, is to know that we're a part of that and to have a little bit of problem with us being a part of the problem, I guess. So anyway, I kind of dance around all over the place because I get confused in my head when I'm talking. But yes, I think that that's still a huge problem. I don't know if a dude in a band on stage in front of 50 kids has all the answers. I think a lot of kids think that since we're up there with a microphone, we can save them, or that we can give them all the answers, or that we can fix all their problems, but we can't. We're just another kid like them that are confused and trying to figure it out ourselves. But I guess that's the whole point as far as where I'm at, where I'm concerned, is I let my honesty speak that and let kids know that I'm just as confused as they are, and instead of trying to tell a bunch of kids I have the answers, I can just tell them that, dude, we can try to get through this together and try to figure out life, Yeah. We're not all in it. We're all in it alone, but we're not alone at the same time.
Yeah. So you guys just obviously went overseas for a tour and you just came back. So it's obvious that A Plea for Purging has reached a certain level of, I don't want to, you've reached a certain level of your reputation and being a quote-unquote famous band, I guess is the best way to say it. Do you feel like it's easy or hard to hold on to your faith and stay close to Christ while being a famous band? Because obviously, when it comes to fame, bands tend to take on fame and leave Christ behind. And so do you feel like it's hard to do that, or it's easier to do that?
I don't feel like we're famous. Let's say we're like the popular kid in high school. It's like there's some kind of money that comes along with fame, maybe, and we don't have any of that. So it's more just like we're a part of the popular crowd. We're still such a very small band, in the scheme of what a real band is. We're just one step above being a local band, maybe. So I don't really think we don't deal with that whole cool band pride issue, look at us, we're big kind of thing. We all know that, like I said, we're all old. We're 30. None of us own anything. We're all poor as crap. So we're pretty humble, I think. I'm the coolest humble guy.
Yeah. And so, obviously, do you feel like this is a calling from God to do music?
No. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that when people say, hey man, I'm called to go hang out in a band with my 3 best friends and play really fun shows, and I just don't. I never got some phone call from God saying, Andy, I really want you to not have a job and go have a whole lot of fun with your friends. I feel like you have to be used wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, wherever your passions are. I don't think God cares at all if you're in a metal band or if you work at McDonald's. A lot of people have different opinions, and that's totally cool. There are people that say, God told me to do this, and they feel it, and if that's true, that's their walk and that's their thing. I don't believe that in my life. No, I feel like I have to make what I do count wherever I do it, and I made the decision to quit my job and tour in a metal band, you know?
Yeah.
And I just have to do it to the best of my ability and try to be a positive witness for somebody, you know?
Yeah. I definitely agree. When it comes to being that positive influence, do you see a good result when you do what you do and selling records and selling t-shirts and all the things you do? Do you see a good positive result?
I mean, yeah, the thing is, I have like 7 years in this band alone of experiences that will last a lifetime. I have memories of people I've met, friendships I've made, and in the end, those things are more important than any of it. And the fact that I've made a lot of friends and am able to look back and know that I've had some relationships that like really matter and really count, and hopefully I've had a lot of people help me out, like not only physically but spiritually and mentally in the past, you know, years that we've done this band, and I hope that I've done the same for others.